Ladies and gentlemen, what it do? I am your host, Young Bo Easy. You are now tuned in to the Knicks vibes. Man, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know it's been a little while, man. Um, but had some things to take care of. Not just out here BSing, feel me. Had a surgery to attend to. You know what I'm saying? But now that we back, I think we missed about 2 weeks exact. Landed right on this Utah Jazz game, man. As we begin the West Coast trip, and hey, man, off to a good start. Got the dub today, man, against the Jazz. Like I said, on their home court, 118, 111. You like to see the Knicks compete this way, man. This was definitely a good game. But before we get into all of the, you know what I mean, details of whatnot, I want to say like, comment, subscribe, share with your peoples, man. I would truly appreciate it, man. You already know what we here for. Here to talk about the Knicks, man. All right, let's get right into it. All right, man. Yo, great first half, man. Like how they came out. Definitely could have been better. When they were first coming out, just my opinion, I felt like it were kind of playing it safe. I don't know if like the games prior to this one was on their mind. You know what I'm saying? Like we played our best offensive game against the Thunder, but still got beat by 10 points. You know what I mean? And a lot of 145 points. Uh, so I felt like this was kind of on their mind, and I felt like it was a little bit of safe play. Like it wasn't nothing too crazy going on out there, but um, it definitely could have been better. But what you saw this first half is what you, and that's something we're gonna be speaking on later too. Is what you hope could be this team's identity. What you hope could be this team's identity, which is getting stops, causing turnovers, man, running down transition, and capitalizing on the fast breaks. We had a couple of those type of possessions that we didn't capitalize on. They were passes that went stray and went out of bounds and all that stuff. But for the most part, once we got out in transition after those first initial two that I'm thinking of, we were able to capitalize, man. We did our thing, man. But uh, very balanced scoring from our starters today. There was some foul trouble with Hartenstein, so Hartenstein couldn't really play too much. But Sims came in and really played some big minutes, man. That was definitely an X factor to today's game, and I'm happy to see this type of stuff for Sims. You knew he was going to be getting burned eventually because Mitch just has that history of being hurt, and that proved to be true because Mitch is going to be out for some time due to, I believe, a knee sprain. And Jericho stepped in and played great tonight, man. In the first half, he had 7 points, 9 rebounds. You know what I'm saying, at halftime, and that's bro, like you almost got a double double at halftime coming off the bench. That's what more could you ask for? You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, it's pretty balanced as far as the whole starters was going out, and you like that, and you hope this could be the identity, and you wonder why not because you know, if the team is moving the ball, and that seems to be the trend, it's very, it was a game or two where we were stagnant and the ball wasn't movement. There was no movement, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want to see that type of play. But if the ball is moving, you wonder why can't this be, the norm? Cam had 8 points at halftime. Julius Randle had 11. Jalen Brunson had 13. RJ Barrett had 10. You know what I'm saying? We mentioned Hartenstein was in foul trouble. And then you had Jericho Sims coming in with a 7 points, 9 rebounds. And then we went into that halftime leading by 3 points. So, like I said, man, what more can you ask for? It's just that was pretty balanced scoring. The third quarter was cool. We didn't play bad. It was just like it was you can't really gauge how we were doing because they outscored us. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it was. we didn't play bad by no means. You saw some things you liked from certain individuals, but they beat us 27-22 in that quarter, and it wasn't nothing exquisite that popped out or anything like that. It was just regular third quarter play, nothing to be too impressed by. But fourth quarter, I would say, is when things got interesting. Quickly came through and was probably scored the majority of his points. Man, had a good little stop and go over Walter Kessler, who's one of the best shot blockers in the league right now, which is crazy because he's coming off the bench playing sub 15 minutes. Um, and was hit three pointers. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, and I believe he did the majority of that in the second half, if if not the fourth quarter alone. You know what I'm saying? So Obi chipped in with some big ones. He also had three pointers this game. Uh, at a certain point, the Jazz cut it to 4 points or something like that, and got a hold of the momentum, and the crowd was rocking. Shout out to Salt Lake City, man. They was definitely putting on for their team. Uh, Crowd was rocking, man, but we was able to get all of that stuff and stabilize it and do all that, and control it and hold it down. Why were we able to do that, ladies and gentlemen? Is because beautiful segue heading into this next segment of the show. It became the easy star of the show in the actual game. You know what I'm saying? Like it was he just stole the show. Ladies and gentlemen, easy star of the show is Jalen Brunson. He was literally just on the type of time like, yo, I got Mike Conley on me. I feel disrespected. Give me the ball. And he was going at him every time. Let me get the ball. Let me get the rock. I'm going at him. I'm trying to take his head off. Jalen Brunson, man, 25 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 10 for 20 from the field, shooting 50%, 4 for 4 at the free throw line, and 3 steals. And many, uh, uh, you know, charges that taken, like causing turnovers on these other teams. Like, not only just Theo wise, but just sacrificing his body out there, constantly taking charges, and just those 50-50 plays and hustling and things of that nature. You love what you see from Jalen Brunson, man. Such a great leader, man. Such a great point guard, and you like to see when he has that reckless abandon, that fire to him, whether it's defensively or offensively. He's not scared to do whatever it takes for this team, and you see that within these first 10 to 15 games, and I couldn't be happier, honestly. Like, and then you got these type of games also where he's doing it on offensive end and saying, "Listen, give me the ball. I'm gonna put the team on my back. If they ain't coming to trap, that's the only way I'm about to pass the rock. But other than that, I got a baby on me. This is a mismatch. This man shouldn't be guarding me. Or even if you want to switch it and put Beasley on me, this man is a baby. Let me get to the paint and do what I do. The footwork, all that stuff, the up and under. He's so crafty. And you got to like what you see, man. But other than that, man, this is the star of the show. I could have went a different direction, and that's something else I'm going to speak on. But before I do, ladies and gentlemen, let's hop into the stats of the whole squad today. All right. Isaiah Hartenstein, man, 2 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist in those 22 minutes in critical foul trouble, man. He had a tough night tonight. Um, 18, 3 and 4 in 37 minutes for RJ Barrett. Uh, you see on the screen right now Jalen Brunson's stats, so I don't need to run through that. Who could have been the star of the show besides Jalen Brunson? You could have won Emmanuel quickly because of how he came through and gave us that surge. But, ladies and gentlemen, Cam Reddish, 19 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in 33 minutes. Cam Reddish played 33 minutes. Cam Reddish is the starting small forward for the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have thought? Summertime. He's in the back of the roster. Nobody's seen this coming. The only legitimate small forward that we have on this team outplayed everybody and earned his spot. And Tibbs gave this man 33 minutes today. This is beautiful, man. And then he had his best game last game against the Thunder, man. You couldn't do nothing with this guy. So to follow it with another 19 points, you see Cam is starting to get comfortable. You see his teammates are starting to feel comfortable with him, and they want him to ball out. They want him to take his ISO plays sometimes and work. Yeah, he's finding it within the flow of the offense. He's not trying too hard. He knows when he's supposed to go. He just got it figured out. He's playing, and he's so smooth with it, man. He's really, really smooth with it. I'm happy for Cam Reddish, and I hope this continues to play out. And that's something that we also going to discuss later on in this show. All right, Julius Randle, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist in 31 minutes. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists for Emmanuel Quickly, 11, 12, and 2 for Jericho Sims to finish out the day. Stat sheet stuffing from my man Obi Toppin, 9, 6, and 4. Derrick Rose, 6 points, 3 assists. That's the end of the sexy stats. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not even going to cover the dash tonight. We ain't got time for that, man. Now, actually, you know what? I'm going to show them a little love because they had some good play out there. So 27 and 10 from Kelly Olynyk. 14 for for Malik Beasley. Look, I miss my dog, man. We the ones. Michael Beasley, man, what up? 13, 8 and 4 for Lauri Markkanen. 15, 2 and 5 for Jordan Clarkson. 10, 4 and 7 for Mike Conley. And you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much the end of the sexy stats. Taylor Horton Tucker also had 10 points in 14 minutes along with 3 assists. But ladies and gentlemen, man, that's the end of the sexy stats for those guys. Let's take it to the next segments. You already know what this is. The takeaways. All right. Tibbs went with a 9-man rotation today. And I beg to ask the question, is the rotation figured out? We went from 11 and everybody, I think everybody was surprised by that. Tibbs playing 11 people. Whoa. I mean, Tibbs typically got that high school coach flow in him. Now, to play 10 people is a stretch. He was going 11, but now he cut it to 9, especially to start off this West Coast trip. And I think that's the perfect time to do it. And then we capitalize on that to get a win. Post game, he was saying it's easier for the guys to get into a flow when you limit the rotation and things of that nature, which is why you see a guy like Cam getting 33 minutes. Julius can play 31 minutes, which means Obi fills up the rest of those minutes. Guys are getting more into a flow. Obi shot very efficiently. I think he was 3 for 4 from deep. You know what I'm saying? So is the rotation figured out? Which also takes me into my next takeaway. Odd man / men out. Quentin Grimes is available. Quentin Grimes didn't play. Evan Fournier was available. Evan Fournier didn't play. I already mentioned that I felt like Evan Fournier was the odd man out, but now Quentin Grimes, to start this season, came through with an injury, foot injury, and things of that nature. But then when he gets in the game, we just haven't seen Quentin Grimes just yet. We've seen a few bursts here and there, but nothing too crazy. It's not the Quentin Grimes that we fell in love with last season, which, Cam Reddish capitalized on, and I'm very, very happy about it because I was definitely Cam Hive as far as once we got him and gave up that pick along with Kevin Knox. So what's the deal? I knew Fournier was definitely gonna be out, but is Quentin Grimes gonna actually step it up, or is Quentin Grimes gonna be the kind of guy that's in the trade talks? Because they're already inquiring about a guy like Quickly. Multiple teams have asked about Quickly in trades. When it's time to talk trades, is Fournier's name gonna pop up? Are they gonna be more willing to trade Grimes now because Grimes hasn't really showed us anything just yet, or are they gonna be more patient with him? What is Grimes going to be doing in these games to come? Is he going to enter these games? I do feel like on this West Coast trip, and I'll discuss the schedule later, it might be best to, limit things and uh, just like he did this game and pull these games out because these are games that we really, really need. We got tough teams, and I'm going to mention those teams after this. But yeah, man. Uh, there's an odd man out and possibly odd men out, and I know a lot of people are going to be hurt because we cling to some of these players, and Quentin Grimes is definitely one of them. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out for him this season. Um, I'm happy for Cam. Uh, I do hope he continues to play this way, and I do feel like his confidence is only growing, and I do feel like it's going to be consistent. That's all we need from him. We just need that consistency, and he's been attacking the paint. He's not just settling for jump shots. He is taking dudes off the dribble, getting a step over them, using his length, going, taking the contact. That was also a problem that he had. He was avoiding the contact. But bro, you got a 6'8" frame with a long wingspan. Take the contact and go up. And he's literally finishing almost every time he goes into the paint, takes contact, and lays the ball up. He had like 3 and 1s last game off the same type of play. Go, take the contact, lay, and then he gets the foul with it. He did something like that this game. He didn't get the call. But it's like, bro, like you keep attacking the paint. This is what we want to see. And then when you got your jump shot, knock it down. He's taking dude's baseline. Oh, you can't guard me. Like it's, and then lay and one. Like it's, I, this could have been the star of the show, but I didn't want to be biased. I wanted to keep it real because Jalen Brunson filled out the stat sheet, and then it was just how he took it over at the end and said, "Yo, just give me the ball. This man can't guard me." So that's what made him my star of the show. But Cam Reddish could have easily been in there second place, and I'm just happy with how he's playing. I'm happy with how he played last game. I'm happy that he's been the starter for the past maybe 7 games now, 7, 8 games. Um, but not to dwell too much on that, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like I had a lot to cover. You guys ain't seen me in a while. Um, and I just had to speak my piece about the Cam Reddish situation along with, what's going on with these odd men out. Next is, can this be our identity? You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not? This team is really, really balanced. And we just had to get Cam involved now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just sitting in the corner, because that was normally Fournier's position. Once Fournier, I think, had a little injury, you could see the difference. I think that was like preseason. It's just like when Cam went in there, he didn't know really where he fit. But now that you got a couple games under your belt with the starters, Brunson is getting his buckets comfortably. RJ is getting his buckets and going to the line and knocking free throws down. That's the type of stuff you want to see. Julius Randle is going to the line and probably didn't do so much today, but you know what I'm saying? In general, he's just getting his buckets and he's also setting up people time to time, but he doesn't need to take on the load of it because, we have Jalen Brunson and Cam is also getting to the money. So, and then you have Isaiah Hartenstein or you got a Sims that could step up. Hartenstein had a difficult day today, but that's somebody else who can also um, spread it out as far as the stat sheet goes and get a couple assists and get you some rebounds and get you some points. So I think this could be our identity. Very, very balanced scoring. I don't think it's going to be that one guy who's scoring 30 and then the next is scoring 11. I think dudes could really be, we got like 3 20-point scorers on the team right now. We got Brunson. RJ and Randall. All right. All averaging around that 20 points. I think Brunson and Randall are over 20, and RJ is sub 20. Uh, and then you got Reddish getting real comfortable. So, yeah, I mean, he could probably get his averages around that 12 to 14 and even 16 if he gets really, really comfortable and the lineups are kept to a 9-man rotation. So I feel like this could definitely be our identity. Last takeaway, man, this team has what it takes. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about this West Coast trip. Uh, we have what it takes to pull these games out, especially with what you've seen today. The team that I was really, really concerned with is definitely the Nuggets, man. I don't know the last time we've beat these guys. I don't think we've beat these guys in a decade. Like they literally run us out the gym, and I'm not talking 5, 10 points. Like we lose to these guys by like we if this was 2K, you would pass the sticks all the time. It's guaranteed pass the sticks. But now Jokic is out due to COVID, if I'm not mistaken. So, we get a little break there. But they do have Jamal Murray. So, you know, uh, they still have a facilitator there along with a scorer. So they do have people that can take on that load. Will Michael Porter show up for them and things of that nature? We can pull these wins out. We competed against the Warriors last season, but the Warriors are still the Warriors. Clay's having a tough start um, as the season is, picking up and things of that nature. I don't expect that to go on for too long, but we might be catching them at the right time. Can we pull off that W um, at their house? Who knows? After that, you got Phoenix, and then you got the Thunder again, who just dropped 145 points on us. Yes, we dropped 135, but with these teams, the trend is we have to guard the 3-point line, and we did that phenomenally today. I'm not too sure how many threes um, the Jazz dropped as a team. They dropped 14. So 14 for 43 today. That's where you want to keep some teams. Sorry about that. That's where you want to keep some teams, man. And I don't know. We can't just let teams go out and hit 27, like Boston did to us, or however many threes the Thunder just hit against us. Uh, but other than that, man, I think this team got what it takes, man. We're gonna get back to the main screen. I do feel like this team has what it takes to make the best of this road trip. We may not win every game, but I think we could come out with a winning record, and that's the type of road trip that you want to have. Come over here and steal a game against Utah. That's the type of stuff that you like to see. That was their first home loss. They've been doing really, really good. Number one seed, 10-3 before this game. Now they're 10-4. Um, but yeah, man, I think this team got what it takes, man. But only time will tell, man. It's just me being hopeful, but I'm not just spraying these things out my, what. I do actually believe what I'm saying right now, but I'm very, very interested to see how this thing is going to play out. So it's a back-to-back that's working against us. Literally tomorrow night, we play in Denver. You got not only is it a back-to-back, you got that altitude stuff that everybody talks about as far as Denver, and then it's just the Nuggets, man. They literally put us over the lap like little kids. They spank us every time. So we got to see what's going on. All right. Next up, the Nuggets. I'll be here to give you my breakdown on that, man. God willing, and hey, man, you already know what the vibes is on this one, man. It's good to be back. Love, gratitude, positive attitude. And I'll catch you on the next one, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your peoples. Easy out.